Today we're going to review how to do it yourself, your own garden fountain, using a disappearing waterfall trick. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is dig a hole. The hole should be about as big as a milk crate. So reasonably wide. I actually went to the store and just borrowed a milk crate from the back of the local supermarket. Dig your hole and then line it with plastic. So the plastic should be nice and thick plastic. So not something like saran wrap. It should be much thicker. You might even want to double layer it because this is going to hold your water and you don't want it to get punctured. Therefore, when you stick in your milk crate, be sure that it fits easily. You don't want to have to force the milk crate into the hole. So dig your hole nice and wide. You can always backfill it later on. Put your milk crate in, cut a hole in it so that you can easily add and remove your pump for the water. That I'm using a low voltage pump, which makes it very easy to put at a distance. I don't have to worry about having an outlet nearby. I can run low voltage line pretty much wherever I want to. So I find the low voltage pump is very effective. Once you lower your low voltage pump through the hole you've made, take the tube and run it up through a cutout piece of weed stop that's about as wide as the area that the plastic spreads out on. The weed stop is going to be used to stop particles and rocks from falling down into the pump area, but at the same time it will let water go through. So cover it with weed stop, thread your tube through it and up into your rock. I have bought a hollow rock, if you will. It's not a real rock, but it does look quite real. Connect it to the bottom of your rock, place the whole thing together, and fill it with water. At this point, you should be able to plug it in and run it and make sure that it's working correctly before you add anything else. Mine holds about 6 gallons of water. Once you've done with that, assemble your rocks and whatever mulch you have to make sure that you've covered all of the plastic. You can see in my pictures I've actually used a combination of white or black plastic on the different ones that I've done. As long as you're covering it, it doesn't matter what color the plastic is. Black probably is preferable. You're going to get a lot of animals that are going to come to this. It's going to be very pretty. You'll have a lot of butterflies. You'll have a lot of birds. I get hummingbirds. Occasionally, you get the occasional other animal that might come by. A lot of people will tell you that you need to turn this off in the winter. I live in the northern Virginia area, which we do have reasonably cold January and Februarys, but I do leave mine running pretty much year-round. The hole is deep enough that the water never fully freezes, so I don't have to worry about the pump freezing. And the water that does come up the top, it does freeze and creates some very pretty ice patterns, if you will. So I actually think that just adds value to it in the wintertime. Just make sure that it doesn't run out of water because some of the ice will freeze and therefore you won't have as much water to pump, so you might want to add some additional water in the wintertime when you do have really cold weather. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial and good luck on your project.